Joining me now is Coach Danny Servance of those Ellison Eagles on the verge of a playoff spot. They need a win tonight at Bryan and taking on those Vikings on the road. But we're going to talk a little bit about last week, the battle at Leo Buckley against the Belton Tigers. And Coach, your team played a great game, just a play here, play there, and then that flea flicker Belton threw at you kind of made the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, our kids played extremely hard. And like you said, there's just a couple of plays in the game that made a difference, and that flea flicker was a huge play in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at it on the replay, and they sold it big time. Sold it big time.
They did. They did a great job of executing it. You know, a play like that, you only get one time, one opportunity to do it, and if it doesn't work, then that's it.
And it can go bad real quick.
It can go bad really, really quick. And so they did a good job of executing that play and getting behind our secondary.
But for you, it's like fool me once, shame on me. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So
won't get fooled again. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Well, you can't worry about that because you're worrying about getting in the playoffs, and you have to go to Bryan, take on a team that's surging right now. Ross has got those kids playing pretty good down there. And they've got some talent all over the field. The size is huge, but your guys, your defensive line is playing great. Linebackers are playing great. Your defensive backs are all over the place. The offense is moving along, and the running game's starting to pick up with 45 out there. And then, of course, Casey, the quarterback. Talk about your guys and what you're going to have to do to get a victory at Bryan.
Well, you know, I think it starts with defense. You know, we're going to have to be solid on defense. Devontae Tazzino and Brendan Bed up front are going to have to really anchor that front, along with Matthew Moore and Xavier and Davis Alexander. Those guys are really the key to our running game and how we are able to have success against people on the defensive side of the ball. And so we've got to be able to do that. And we can't make mistakes in the secondary and let people get behind us. You know, we try to put our kids in a position where they can be successful. And, you know, we've done that. And sometimes, you know, we hadn't made a play on the ball. And so we've got to do a better job of that. Offensively, just like you said, Dominique Allison has done a great job of kind of coming on the scene out of nowhere, you know, and running the ball extremely well. I think he's had over 100 yards in every game that he's been at running back. And so that's extremely encouraging to see that. And, you know, we've got to be efficient in the red zone and just be consistent and continue our drives once we get them going and put the ball in the end zone. And so I always say that, you know, you win and lose games in the trenches. And so our offensive line has got to do a great job opening holes for the running game and then having great protection for our quarterback.
I know you've been watching those plays these days for the older folks in the crowd. He's not looking at old reel-to-reels anymore and anything like that. They break down play by play and it'll repeat itself until you go to the next play. What have you seen from Bryan that you're going to have to stop, things that you're going to have to make sure don't happen?
Well, you know, their running game is man, it's pretty good. They make a living out of running the counter, running the power, and running the option. And so they really look a lot like us, you know, on offense because they do a great job of running the power game, running the option, and running the counter. And that's what we do also. And so, like I said, we've got to stop it. Those are their favorite plays, and they don't care if you know it's coming. It's coming, and they just do a great job of executing it. So we're going to have to stop those plays and do a great job when they start throwing the ball around.
Yeah, and they've played against some pretty tough defenses, but your defensive line, as you look at the stats, and you just don't look at the tackles, you look at the assists, you look at the tackles for loss and things like that. Tazzino goes all the way across, and so does Betts and the other young man, Matthew Moore. Those are probably one of the best defensive lines in the district, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you look at Devontae and what he's done, I mean, he's got 4 sacks, 22 tackles for a loss, 18 pressures, 4 forced fumbles, 1 he ran back for a touchdown, and a pass breakup. I mean, that's filling the stat line all the way across, And the same with Brendan Betts, and Matthew Moore and all those guys up front. So, it's going to be a great ball game. And like I said, we've got to make our presence known on the defensive side of the ball.
You got to put that camouflage on and go to battle, huh?
We do. It's time, just like I said last week, we want to be 1-0 after this game.
Yeah, and you got one more next week, and then if you win that one, you got a good shot at making the playoffs.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And our mind is solely on Brian right now, trying to make sure that we take care of that. And our kids have worked this week to try to do the things that we've asked them to do in order to be ready to play.
48 minutes at a time, huh?
That's it. 48 minutes at a time.
And give me that locker room speech. You're already ready to go. I can tell, man. I can tell.
We are ready to go. We're chomping at the bits, and but we got to play great. Our kids have to go out and play mistake-free football, but give it everything that they've got every single play, and that's the message.
All right. Good luck to you. Be Brian.
Thank you. Go Eagles.